friends, and welcome back to Inner House Journey. If you're new around here, my name is Cammie. As you can see by my island, I have a project that I just started, and I thought I would bring you along as I created a cold and flu kit for my family. So one of the items that I use during the cold and flu season is elderberry syrup, and currently I'm all out, so I thought we could make some together today. So to begin with, I'm going to put 4 cups of water into my pot. I'm going to add 2/3 cup elderberries. These are dried elderberries. I'm going to add about 10 cloves, 3 cinnamon sticks, some star anise, and I'm also going to shred up some ginger and put it in here. I don't peel it or anything because we're going to strain this out at the end. And so we want about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Okay, we're going to bring this mixture to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I'm going to put the lid on, turn the heat down, and let it simmer for 45 minutes to an hour until it reduces to about half. So while the elderberry syrup is cooking on the stove, we'll go ahead and start putting together our kit. So the first thing that I have done is put together the cold and flu protocol. I don't know if your family is like my family, but it seems like we forget what we need to do when we're sick. So I will just go over this with you. So this is just our family's protocol, and I thought I'd share it with you. So the first thing that we do at the first sign of symptoms is we go to a no sugar diet, because sugar just fuels that sickness in your body, and we don't want to give the sickness fuel. So strict no sugar diet. So hydration is another important step to remember. So we like to drink some teas, electrolyte water, or coconut water. So I did want to put some teas into our kit. So the first one here is flu tea. And then I recently, on a trip to Indiana, we went to a covered bridge festival, and they had this elderberry echinacea wellness tea, and I thought this would be good for the kit as well. The other thing just to remember is to rest. Your body is trying to fight this sickness, and you just need to remember to take a moment and rest. So the next item that I have on the list is elderberry syrup, which we are making. So typically during the cold and flu season, I'll take a teaspoon of that every day just to maintain my health during that season. And then if I do have symptoms, I will go ahead and take a teaspoon every 2 hours. We also have some echinacea tincture, and we also take this. We will take this 1 teaspoon every 2 hours as well. We'll take that for the first 2 days and then discontinue for 2 days. We have the fire water, or master tonic as it's called. There's lots of recipes on the internet for this, but I like to take 1 tablespoon every 2 hours. And then we have the fermented garlic, and I will take fermented garlic, about 1 or 2 cloves every day. Another thing that I recently found was this aloe biotic, and it just helps support the immune system. So I thought this would be a great addition to the kit. Another thing we like to use, for sore throats, nasal sinus issues and stuff is the colloidal silver, and we will use this every 4 hours. Some other additional supplements are vitamin D3, zinc, vitamin C. So we're just going to go ahead and add those as well. The next thing we have is Germ Destroyer and Nature's Shield. This is for the aromatherapy. We like to use that as well to help with support of the immune system. And that is generally everything we take for our cold and flu. Some other things, so if it's just sinus pressure, congestion, then what we will do is do a Mullein steam. We will also do the Navage. This is great, getting that congestion and build up in the sinuses. That is awesome for that. And I also have this Ann's Natural Sinus Relief, again, for the sinus congestion. So also with the sinus congestion is homemade Vicks Vapor Rub. We need to make some of that because I'm all out of that as well. So for sore throats, runny nose, again, we like to use the Fire Water. We will turn this into a Fire Water Oxymel, which is just 1 part Fire Water and 1 part honey. This just helps, coat our throat. And also we like to gargle with a 10% hydrogen peroxide mixture. So deep congested cough. With that, we will discontinue the elderberry syrup at that time, and we will do the Mullein steam more often. We'll do that 3 to 5 times a day. So the Mullein steam is just using a half a cup of mullein into about 2 cups of hot water and make a tent. And so that just opens everything up. We will also make a mullein syrup, making a mullein tea and then adding honey to it. We also will use the homemade Vicks Vapor Rub. So if we have flu-like symptoms such as fever, headache, chills, body aches, then what I like to do is use this homeopathic medicine. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I can't. But we do like to use that, and you're just going to follow the directions for that. So that is about everything that I am going to put into the kit. I do have the Navage packs here. These are the salt pods. And I want to put those in here. I thought that would be a great place for those. Okay, so then we do have the thermometer. I'm going to go ahead and stick that in there as well. Now my kit is that's all gone and emptied. So what I want to do next is I have these little bags. Here. And so with the mullein steam, what we need is a half a cup of the mullein. So I thought I would put those in individual bags so we can just pour it into the hot water. I'm just going to make up some labels to say half a cup of mullein. Okay, I'm going to just put my little funnel in there. Let's see how this is going to work. I'm trying not to make too much of a mess. And there's a little sticky on there. We'll go ahead and just close that up. I think that's going to be perfect in the kit. Okay, and we'll go ahead and just add those to the box. Okay, so the next thing I think we'll do is go ahead and make the homemade Vicks Vapor Rub. So for that, what we'll need to do is melt 1/4 cup of coconut oil. So to the coconut oil, I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of beeswax just to help thicken it. We like ours kind of soft, so if you want it harder, you can add more beeswax. So I'm just going to take this over to the stove and melt it. Okay, as you can see, here I have melted everything. So I bought these cute little tins off of Amazon, and that's what I'm going to put our Vicks Vapor Rub in. So to begin with, I'm going to add 25 drops of eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is an antibacterial and an anti-inflammatory. Next is rosemary. This is an antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory as well, and I'm going to add 20 drops. Peppermint helps with sinus and respiratory infections, so I'm going to add 10 drops of that. Lavender is an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antimicrobial. It's just a multi-purpose oil, so I'm going to add 10 drops. Just going to mix that all together, and then I'm going to pour into our containers here. Okay, and so while these are cooling down, I'm going to go ahead and make labels for those as well. I'm just going to label them as Vicks, because then I'll know that they're our homemade Vicks Vapor Rub. So our elderberry syrup has reduced by half, so I'm going to go ahead and strain that off. Okay, to our cooled off elderberry syrup, I am going to add 1 cup of honey. And we are just going to mix this together. And we're just going to pour our elderberry syrup into our mason jar. And we'll go ahead and store this in the refrigerator. We will make a label for it. And our homemade Vicks has hardened. So we're just going to go ahead and put the lids on those as well. And we can add those to our kit. And then on top of our kit, we'll go ahead and put our protocol. And there you have it, the cold and flu kit. I'm glad to have this ready to go for this cold and flu season for my family. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.